Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be painting, I gotta be careful with this, Zodgrod Wortsnagga, I guess, yeah. So I've assembled up to the point where get in the way of painting, which is mostly his head, and that extra piece of hair is separate from the body, and I glued it onto a 3D printed base that I made. With Bright Touch General Purpose Gray Car Primer, I primed the whole model. And then I use some Liquitex modeling putty to just fill in the little gap that exists there between my base and the base that he comes with. And now for some pre-coating. With Pallid Witch Flesh, White Scar, and Transparent Burnt Sienna from Liquitex Acrylic Inks, we're going to undercoat him. We're going to start with Pallid Witch Flesh from like an upper 45-degree angle down to highlight him. Then we will take White Scar and we will dry brush his skin, his raised details and areas on his flesh, cloak, stuff like that to pick them out. And then we will use Liquitex Acrylic Ink. Now I had it on low air pressure, which caused it to speckle and dot a little bit. It's a little bit noticeable, but not that much, so high air pressure for this, and I painted from a low angle to add some brown to him, some color, some darkness into it to, you know, try it. I wanted to do it second so that it would overtake some of the highlights if they were unnecessary. Now with Auric Flesh and Lamian Medium, I did a 1-to-1 mix-ish, or maybe just a little bit too much Lamian Medium, and then I applied this all over his skin. And it was a bit too see-through for my taste initially, but looking back, I probably should have kept it like this. So I applied a second coat, which was, in the end, a mistake. So a slightly more than 1-to-1 mix, slightly more Lamian Medium than Auric Flesh, and I just applied this all over. And now I'm going to do an oil wash of Meridian Hue, which is kind of thick and pigmented with the amount of oil that I put into the white spirits. Then I apply it all over, and then after drying for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, I then carefully wipe it off with a makeup sponge, or a piece of a makeup sponge, being economical here. Alright, and then with magenta and cadmium yellow, I mixed them together until it created like a light brown, which is like, as far as I can tell, maybe like 1 part purple and like 4 parts or 5 parts yellow. And basically I placed dots, tap 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 tap, onto open areas of skin, and then I carefully wiped it with a clean makeup sponge thing to blur and smooth the color in. And after a few layers of that, I can see some coloration like on his knuckles and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. And then with magenta and white oil paint, I then applied some of it onto the lips. And then I would wipe it away with a clean makeup sponge. And then I would repeat the process a few times, and then I would take just a little bit, my brush had very little, and just apply it strongly on the most raised area there. Now with Ushtabi Bone, Pallid Witch Flesh, Eshin Grey, Iron Hand Steel, and Brass Scorpion, we're going to paint a bunch of the stuff. So these are watered down so that the undercoating shows. So with Ushtabi Bone, we're going to paint the bandage that is on his foot. With Pallid Witch Flesh, we're going to paint the like shoulder armor plate and the chunks of metal that are on his claw thingy, or power snapper. Then with watered down Eshin Grey, we will apply this to his pants. Then with Iron Hand Steel, we'll apply this to all the metal. And then with Brass Scorpion, we will apply this to certain areas to add color to the metal, add differentiation. On his foot, on his gun, on his backpack, on like this boiler thing on his backpack. Just have fun with it. Okay, now, with a oil wash of burnt umber, we're going to apply this to all the steps we just did. The armor, the metal, the claws, the cloth, all that stuff. We're going to apply a layer of burnt umber. However, at this point I noticed I did not do anything about the bag, so while I had a wash, I had a smooth version of just the paint, and I just applied the paint directly onto this backpack on the back. And so then I took several clean makeup sponges, and I just started removing stuff. Now, when I started removing them, eventually the makeup sponges had got too much on it and wouldn't clean enough anymore, so then I took a clean one and applied it to the same spot, and then it cleaned even further. So you're going to have to use several sponges or pieces of sponges on the same spot to create this highlight, and it creates this nice transition effect from the brown to the coloring. And so I just applied this onto the bag and everything that we painted beforehand and everything with this brown wash. Now once that stuff was done, I then went back with Brass Scorpion, Iron Hands, Pallid Witch Flesh, and I re-highlighted their appropriate colors. The brass onto the new brass to make it shine, the Iron Warrior or Iron Hands paint onto the silver metal to make it shine, and then the Pallid Witch Flesh again onto the armor plates to, well, bring out the white coloring. Yeah. Now with Gene Stealer Purple, Cyberite Green, had to not stop myself from saying Cyberdyne, and then Thunderhawk Blue, we're going to paint a few other details. With Gene Stealer Purple, we're going to paint the inside of the cloak, or skin, and his mouth tongue area. With the Cyberite Green, we paint his scaly cloak thingy, yeah. And then with Thunderhawk Blue, we're going to paint his hair, which is kind of a challenge because it's in different pieces, so good luck with that. And now with a magenta wash, we're going to apply it onto the inside of the cloak and his tongue. Now, the tongue will get, his mouth will get a wash, and then a pure magenta, well, smoothed down, will be applied to the inside of his cloak, and then very carefully with a clean makeup sponge will be cleaned out, or as best I can. So this will make a nice color transition on the cloak, and the most closest part to the light of his tongue will be lighter pink. And now with a blue wash I made from this oil color that's blue, I apply this onto the Cyberite Green scales and his hair. And then after it dries for a little bit, I then take a sponge and wipe it off, as well as his head, which is a challenging part. I accidentally get a lot on the shoulder pad, so I have to retouch that up. And so this creates a bunch of natural highlights and stuff, but also sorts of rubs off the gray paint underneath, and then the white that was underneath it kind of shines through, but it mostly works out. Looks like some pretty decent highlights just naturally by the power of friction and not skill. And then one thing I do is that I go back with a blue wash again, a little thinner, and apply it to the Cyberite Green, and to just spread it out there, because when I wiped it away, it just removed the whole thing and it didn't look good. So I just reapplied the wash lightly, and it looked good after the fact. Alright, with Evil Sun Scarlet and Troll Slayer Orange, I very carefully paint his eyes. Evil Sun Scarlet into the eyes with a very fine tip brush. Basically, like, there's almost no paint on it, and I just tap, 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 tap with the brush to fill it. And then I do the same thing with the Troll Slayer Orange as best I can to not fill the entirety of the eye, so it looks like there's a pupil or something like that. And now with Steel Legion Drab and Rakarth Flesh, we're just going to rapidly do his teeth. Steel Legion Drab on his like 5 teeth, and then Rakarth Flesh on the tips. We just want to make it striking and a strong contrast there, because the teeth are so small you're barely going to notice them, so you can't really see a good transition. There's not enough for a transition, so just stark contrast. Dark at the base, light at the tip. And then we're going to keep it simple. Black Templar's contrast to paint the wires. And then with Mournfang Brown, we're just going to paint the stitches. And in a step I should have done very near the beginning, with XV88 and Dark Reaper, I'm going to paint the base. XV88 all over. And then Dark Reaper on the rocks that I 3D printed, and a few really rock looking things on his own pre-made base. And then with orange, cadmium orange, I thinned down, not a wash, but diluted with some mineral spirits to make it smooth. I applied on this snake symbol that he has, that you cannot see on the cover art or box at all. This is the best I could come up with. And then with AK Interactive Ultra Matte Varnish, I apply this to everything that's not metal. Now, one thing to note, so most of the oils have been on for at least 18 hours, dried by this time. Let it go overnight and stuff, and so I did a few small things. And so the oils are very thinly applied, including the bag, even though I applied that straight on with mineral spirits and stuff. They dried well enough in that period of time with just mineral spirits or just very thin applications that I was able to apply this AK Interactive Ultra Matte Varnish without anything bad happening to it, or it ruining the paint job, or mixing, or agitating and having the paint get up and flow. So that was pretty good. That's pretty useful. And done. Well, not bad. Not bad. The oils really did help in many ways, here and there. I feel like the metals are lackluster though, but I couldn't think of like how to bring them to the next level. Part of it is just I don't know what I'm doing, and I have no vision of how to make it better. So I make it up as I go along. And there are limits to that. But as for now, the model looks pretty good. The bag in the back that was just done with oils looks really, really good. I need to experiment with that more. The skin turned out pretty good, but I need to experiment with that some more. I have to look at it. I have 20 more of these Snaggas models to knock out, but due to my poor foresight, I forgot to print off their bases, so I can't do those immediately. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. This model, I'm going to give it a... Some things feel lackluster, but some things feel really good. It's not a 7, but it's not a 9, so I'm going to settle with an 8. This is an 8 out of 10 at best. It's still an experiment, still working on some orc speed painting stuff, but it's pretty good. And off to eBay with you. Make back my money on this box set. Alright then, like the video if you like the video, share it if you want to share it, comment if you want to comment, nitpick anything, or, I don't know, ask a question or whatever. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, and I will see you soon with the last piece of my Black Templar commission, until I actually start buying the cool models of the Black Templar release, which so far there's only 2 that have caught my eye, and like I can actually afford. So, I'll see you soon. Bye.